Hi guys, this is the ThermoVape team. I wanted to shoot a quick video that just is a general overview on the ThermoVape Revolution family of products. So at the core of the ThermoVape Revolution is this little guy right here, and it is an essential oil or botanical concentrate vaporizer. We make it right here in the USA. It's made of electroless nickel-plated aluminum and brass, as well as medical device grade ceramic components. We use a proprietary American-made resistance wire, and the result is a very solid, very reliable, well-performing vaporizer. And so we offer this unit here. It's sold as a kit with our T1 base on it. This is a fully functional device. It has the batteries and everything you need to go. This is a 6-volt model. It runs off two RCR 123As. These are lithium iron phosphate batteries that come included in the kit or sold separately. So in this configuration, this is our standard Revolution built to operate at 6 volts. You can notice it heating up. This access port allows you to load your concentrates into the Revolution. You can use a tool. We sell an accessory for helping you load your Revolution, our ThermoVape non-stick vapor tool. This is a little guy that's got a Teflon tip, stainless steel handle. Teflon's a high temperature. It's PTFE, high temperature FDA approved plastic, but it's a natural non-stick, so it wipes clean very easily. You can load your, put your concentrate or your essential oil onto this and place it into the Revolution this way. This is also removable. Some people will use this to load the Revolution, or some people will simply take that off so they have direct access and they can load the Revolution through the top. Regardless of how you choose to load it, once it's loaded and you rotate it clockwise to make sure it's closed, you know it's closed because you can see a little laser etched logo of our T and our leaf there. There's also a directional arrow telling you which way to rotate the Revolution. One of the tricks with the Revolution is when you do load it is to make sure that the material, the essential oil or concentrate that you're loading, is in contact with that element there. That porous ceramic needs to be in contact with the material that you wish to vaporize. Once you have loaded it correctly and your material is in contact, simply rotate it. Give it a warm-up, a 5, 10, 15-second warm-up, depending on your preferences and the material you put in it, and then go ahead and begin with a very slow inhalation. The Revolution does not require a fast inhale, so a very slow, steady inhale is all that's required. The Revolution mouthpiece is built specifically for the Revolution, and it has a narrower bore on it than our normal mouthpieces. Our normal mouthpieces are wider. Here's an example of one of our long mouthpieces. And you can see how much wider that is, allowing for more flow. So the Revolution purposely has a restricted flow on it to try to make sure that you have a slow and steady inhale through the Revolution, which will give you your best results. The Revolution is of course sold separately, not as a kit. You can just buy the Revolution. It has a 510 thread pattern, so it'll work with any high voltage or variable voltage 510 compatible device. It should work. We don't have control over the specifications and tolerances of every device out there, but this is a true 510 compatible thread pattern, and it should go onto your 510 compatible devices. If you have other devices that are not a 510 but a thread pattern of some other popular devices, such as this guy here, we do have an adapter that goes with the Revolution. This is the low voltage version of the Revolution. It functions exactly identical to the standard resistance version of the Revolution, but you can tell it's a low voltage because it has an LB on the bottom. Either device will work with our adapter. Completely thread the Revolution into the adapter, and then simply thread that adapter, and this gives you that coarse thread pattern that fits a number of popular devices. So all of these 3.7 volt devices, for an example, this guy that we have here, we have another 3.7 volt device here. These guys will all work with the low voltage version of the Revolution. Now, some of these devices, although they look very similar, have a traditional 510 thread pattern already, and those devices, the low voltage version of the LV, which we have here, will just thread directly onto this guy, because this is a 510 thread pattern. So you can just put your Revolution low voltage right on there, get this guy all put together, and you're good to go, and that's ready to work. So this is like your standard kind of Ego, T, your Omicron. The Omicron thread pattern is the same as the VaporRX or the VaporX. So these are all options for enjoying the Revolution at 3.7 volts. And then of course at 6 volts you have the option that we offer with our ThermoVape base, or if you have a device that's 510 compatible and high voltage, you can run it that way. So we're very proud of the Revolution, and we've taken a lot of time and a lot of energy and invested a lot into making sure that we build this out of the highest quality materials possible. And I thought I'd take a second to show off some of the materials that go into the Revolution, because there are a lot of different cartridges or atomizers or cartomizers, or they're marketed as various different things that you have available to you to use. And what we think really separates the Revolution and all ThermoVape products is the quality of the starting materials. So if we look at a Revolution completely torn down at its starting point, and let's just take a look at the materials that go into it. And so we have a number of pieces of ceramic. This ceramic here is the ceramic you see when the Revolution, when you open the loading bay and you look down to the Revolution. It is a 100 micron medical device grade porous ceramic that we have made directly to our specifications and for our applications right here in the US. This is another piece of porous ceramic that serves as a reservoir. And in between those two pieces of ceramic we have a very special type of ceramic. This is a structural ceramics. This is a non-porous ceramic. It does not conduct electricity, and it does not conduct heat. And so it works as a reflector for our coil. And this is our proprietary patent-pending technology. And so this will rest on top of this cylinder, and then the ceramic wafer will rest on top of that. As your concentrate begins to warm up and soak into the top ceramic wafer, it is then drawn into the lower reservoir, and it keeps your essential oil, your concentrate, within that porous ceramic with a fixed micron pore size, allowing for great vaporization. It also restricts the material that can enter into the vaporization chamber by having a 100 micron ceramic. You won't get any impurities or bulk plant matter down into the Revolution chamber. All of that is housed in the threaded base for the Revolution, which has a small piece of PTFE, virgin grade PTFE, high temperature, FDA approved material for use for the electrical insulation. And this small cylinder rests below the air intake holes. So all the air intake for the Revolution occurs through this series of 4 radial holes, and those rest above where the insulator is. So the entire air path through the Revolution is all past these plated, electroless nickel plated metal parts. It's a medical device grade finish that actually hardens with exposure to heat, and these completely inert medical device grade ceramics. And so we do that because it lets the Revolution generate an incredibly pure vapor. This is kind of our heating coil in raw form. We use a very high grade, American made resistance wire that's specific to our application here. It's extremely durable, and importantly, it does not impart flavor into the vapor. It will have a brief break-in time as the metal oxidizes. This is similar to buying a brand new cast iron frying pan, and when you first heat it up the first few times, you do notice that it has that smell of kind of new hot metal. But that goes away as the coil seasons, just like that new frying pan seasons. And once it settles in, then it will not impart anything into the flavor of your vapor. The great thing about our coils is they really are designed for durability, and so the break-in period is a trade-off, but it's well worth it, because that brief break-in period will then result in a device that you can use for a very long time. The Revolutions have a a 90-day warranty against failure. Any failures that we have with these are few and far between, and they tend to occur very early on in the first few days or week of use, and it was usually a problem with our assembly of our coil that still managed to make it past our checks. But for the most part, once these break in and start working, they work great, and they work for a very long time. We have several people who've been using Revolutions for many months of heavy use and are enjoying it, and it works just as well as the first day they got it. So that's a little bit about the internal workings of the Revolution. We do not make any electrical contacts with solder or wires. All of our electrical contacts are mechanical and made directly against our resistance wire. You can see here we use a precision machine contact to make our wire connection here. We use this similar type of machined interface contact on the other side. So there's no solder, there's no insulated wires or any of that in the Revolution. There's no glue, adhesive, no silicone, no silica, no fiberglass, no rubber. None of that is included in the Revolution. It's simply the minimal essential inert components required to generate great vapor. So that is an overview of the ThermoVape Revolution, and if you enjoy using herbal concentrates and essential oils, then this is absolutely a great product. We've had a ton of great reviews and people really enjoy it. If you need a complete kit, please check out the ThermoVape Revolution starter kit. It will give you everything you need to enjoy the Revolution. If you already have a device that's 510 compatible or has an Omicron per se thread pattern or an Ego thread pattern, please check out our Revolutions either in the standard or the low voltage models for you to enjoy. So I hope that answers some of the common questions about the ThermoVape Revolution Essential Oil Vaporizer. And until we see you again, thank you for joining us. Cheers.